Luke 12. Well, there is here in Luke 12 the reminder that God is actively involved in his creation. Consider the ravens, how they do not sow nor reap. They have no store nor barn, but God feeds them. Of how much more value are you than the birds? Consider the lilies, how they grow. They do not toil, they don't labour, they don't spin. Yet I say to you that even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If God so clothe the grass in the field, which today is and tomorrow is thrown into the oven, how much more shall he not clothe you, O you of little faith? So, God graciously and consciously feeds the birds. He consciously clothes the grass of the field. And Jesus elsewhere teaches that God makes his sun to rise on the just and on the unjust. And he sends rain upon the earth. These ideas are also very common in the book of Psalms. So it's not the case that God has, as it were, created the world and wound it up on clockwork and left it ticking. Well, he is kind of looking somewhere else. And he's not overly concerned nor involved with the moment-by-moment functioning of the planet. No, that is not the case at all. In fact, the very opposite is the case, that God is actively and consciously involved. There's a conscious, felt expenditure of energy out from him in order to keep everything going. So he is involved on a micro level, if you like. We shouldn't therefore ever feel that God is somehow absent and that we are alone in the cosmos. No longer must we feel that, okay, God exists, but he's somehow distant and far away. No, he is passionately aware and involved in everything, consciously giving out of his spirit to make everything keep going. He's aware whenever a bird dies, and he feeds the birds. And so, again, we see that man is not alone. Just look at nature. There is God, not only as the designer and the first cause, the first creator of it all, but consciously keeping it going. And so how much more is he aware of every nuance in our lives? He totally understands everything that's going on, far better than we do, and we can confidently leave all judgment to him, and we need never feel that we are fundamentally and essentially totally alone in this world. No, he is with us, and he knows. It's awful when a man feels that nobody understands him or what is going on in his life. But we need not feel like that, ever. Sure, maybe indeed nobody on this earth quite understands, but man is not alone. We have a loving creator who's our Father, whose activity is ongoing all around us.